Okay, and welcome to our another tour of the City of Heroes game. We are now going to go into a new zone that was built recently. It's a new version of Dark Astoria. It replaces the original Dark Astoria. The original Dark Astoria is still available in the game. It is what has now been classified as an echo. And basically you can go to the echo of the original Dark Astoria through the time warp zone known as Ouroboros, or if your base happens to have a teleporter that was linked to the old Dark Astoria already, you can use that to get into there too. The new Dark Astoria is a zone meant for incarnate characters. There are high-level enemies in there and high-level challenging missions that are meant to test the might of the incarnate characters. It has also of late become the main home base where people like to launch incarnate trials. An incarnate trial can be launched from any zone, but people do like to use this new zone. So let's go into it through the little transportation portal here. Admire the load screen. Here comes Dark Astoria. This is a hazard zone, as you can see by the graphics over here. This is to kind of warn you that this is a tougher than normal zone, and if your character is not powerful enough to handle it, your character really should not even be in here at all. I mean, you can enter this zone if you're a lower level than 50 and not incarnate, but it's just not wise to do so. So let's open up our handy map. Okay. This zone is home to 3-day jobs. Log out in the hospital for caregiver, log out next to the supergroup base portal, and you can work on those 2-day jobs. Log out anywhere else in the zone, and you can work on the zone-specific Cold Hand of Death day job. You cannot get the day job from any other zone. It has to be this one. This zone is home to incarnate level versions of classic enemies such as the Knives of Artemis, the Talons of Vengeance, the Sioux, the Banished Pantheon, and the Circle of Thorns. And of course, beat X amount of each of those groups and you can get a defeat badge for each of them. And there are no history plaques in here to obtain, just 8 map badges. There's also no mission architect in this zone, but then again, that's no big surprise. This zone is also what we would call a co-op zone, in that you can enter it whether you're a hero or a villain or a vigilante or a rogue, and team up with anyone of any alignment to either run incarnate trials or the other missions that are in here. This gentleman here, Taskmaster Gabriel. Basically, in a nutshell, you want to talk to this guy before you run the missions. If you complete enough of the missions for him, you will get 2 Empyrean merits per week if you complete all of the Dark Astoria story arcs. So, it's not bad to do that. The arcs can be completed relatively fast, thus you can obtain the reward fast, but you can only get the reward once per week. After you get it, run the story arcs all over again, get 2 more of those merits. And the Emp merits you can redeem in the Ouroboros zone for assorted rewards such as recipes, costume pieces, emotes, etc. Here's the base portal entrance right here for your supergroup base. Here's your hospital. Inside is a combat medic where you can of course purchase inspirations. Here we have a store. Over here is our trainer where you can train levels if you need to or tweak your costume. And in here we have our merit vendor, which you can redeem merits to obtain certain items. There are other mission contacts in the zone. And now let's go ahead and we'll start our little tour and obtain those map badges, starting with this one right here. Let's go to our recently obtained tab. There we are, Life Out of Death. Okay. There we are. And as you can see, some other badges. This is one of my rogue alignment characters. I'm slowly converting him over to hero alignment, but first he's got a few things to wrap up on the red side, and then I'll be taking him over to there. And we'll head off in this general direction for the next one. Here we got some of our enemies. We got some Banished Pantheon. They've detected me and they want to attack, but that's okay. We're not here to fight, we're just here to tour. This character could handle them. He has incarnate slots open and available, but he's not one of my stronger characters at the moment. I'm still kind of finishing his build. Not that I couldn't handle them, but there's no point in fighting a battle that can be avoided. Here we have some of the incarnate level of the Sioux. Beating them gives you, again, a specific badge for this zone only. Defeating regular Sioux and other zones or missions will not give you the defeat badge that is available in this zone. And we'll swing around and go up to here. We're approaching the next map badge. Should be right about here. Yep, here it is. Okay, I got some more Banished Pantheon nearby, but that's alright. Palace of Stone Leaves. Okay, let's move on to the next one. We'll head off in this direction. Plenty of buildings. This zone is definitely a bit dark and grim and foreboding in appearance, but it is a lot of fun. Also, I really would like to pass along compliments to the development staff of the game, for they did what I think is a very excellent job in building this zone. It is somewhat similar to the original Dark Astoria, but trust me, it has been heavily changed. We'll be exploring the original Dark Astoria in another video file. And we got some level 54 Banished Pantheon here in this little graveyard area. They would definitely make for a challenging fight if we were here to fight. But we're not. And hey, discretion's the better part of valor. My discretion is that my character is not quite up to some of these foes, so we're not going to engage them. Our next badge, right here. Okay. Swinging around in this direction, we'll go for the next badge. But man, before we do that though, let's check all this out. This is nice. More Banished Pantheon to deal with. Some rather ominous looking stuff here in the ground. Man, look at this. This is just beautiful. The eye is watching. If that's the eye, I'm not sure I want to see what it's attached to. Oh, now doesn't that look ominous? You can basically go in here and take a little look around, but to really get into what this entrance here offers, you've got to be on one of the trials for incarnates. So let's head over here to this bridge, and we will pick up our next badge right here. Right there. Okay. Let's head down into a southern direction here, and we will pick up our next map badge in a few moments. We definitely want to take in all the sites too. This zone is just fantastically built. They definitely sunk a lot of development time and resources into this, and again, my compliments. This was done exceptionally well. And basically somewhere here in the water is the next badge that we just obtained. Ah, here it is. Again, like I've said on other videos, you don't have to see the badge to get it. As long as you've gone near it, it'll register. Okay, so let's move along. Got some buildings here. We're getting into, I guess you can call it the quote-unquote civilized area of the zone. But trust me, it's not any safer. Talons of Vengeance, again, beat enough of them and you'll obtain a defeat badge. Looks like a small little park here. There we are, our next badge. Of Things Unclean. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Okay. Yep, a nice park here. Unfortunately, the park is not exactly clean of enemies. So don't think of it as a safe zone if you're looking for a place to gain some shelter and recover. You could still be attacked. Let's go up here. Our next badge is here at this tower. Folly's Victim. Okay. This zone is also pretty much free of things like Ricti invasions or invasions from occurring, although I have noticed that the Halloween zombie attacks can occur in this zone. But I have yet to see a Ricti invasion ever occur in here. It would make sense, though, that a Halloween zombie apocalypse attack would occur, though. After all, this is a rather horrifying Halloween-esque zone. And here's our next badge on the statue's head. Not quite sure who the statue was supposed to be of. There's no information plaque around it. Let's see if the badge gives any insight. Witness of Oaths. Okay, I guess that badge does give a bit of information about that statue. And here we have the badge for getting all 8 of the map badges of this zone. Free among the dead. Okay. That's lovely. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little tour of the rest of the zone. City of Circle of Thorns there. Almost said City of Thorns. Nope, Circle of Thorns. Some more banished pantheons. A portal that's used on some of your mission arcs. And let's see. Ah, yes, our homage to Optimus Prime. When this truck was first put into the game, the cab was red and all nice and shiny and pristine. The trailer, as you can see, has certain classic markings on it still. But of course, to avoid any potential problems with Hasbro and their lawyers, the cab was changed to a more scuffed up blue paint job. But rest assured, when this truck was first put in, it was as a nod to the original Optimus Prime. If you don't believe me, well, you could always go on Google and do some picture lookups for original Optimus Prime and take a look at the trailer module that he had. And you'll find that these stripings are extremely familiar looking. I can understand that they want to avoid the lawsuit, but it is still kind of a shame that they couldn't leave the truck red. If nothing else, they could have dropped the trailer from it, but then again, what can you do, right? Okay, and this concludes our little tour of the new Dark Astoria. Again, it is meant for the incarnate level characters, not for the low level characters. So, we hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on our next tour.